Another day, another time for us to awaken, to open our eyes, notice how warm it is and how sunny it is, how beautiful it is. This is like a gift. Spring in the middle of winter. Today I was walking around with a t shirt on, wondering how often I could get such a thing in November right after having a massage to get rid of the tension, loosen my muscles. It's very hard sometimes to take care of oneself, but there are a lot of ways that we can do that, especially in this country if we show concern for ourselves. There's a lot of pressure going on right now, there's a lot of tension. Most of the disproportionately put down and oppressed people are really taking the brunt of it, even though others are too. And the sad thing is that a lot of the people taking the brunt of it are not able to get things like massage or body work or things like that. But I think that everyone must make it a priority to get those things, even if it means turning on your TV or looking at YouTube or something, finding ways to meditate or ways to do Tai Chi or Qigong, some type of movement in order to keep ourselves healthy and strong. Even take walks. Because one of the things that happens in a society where there's a lot of stress, a lot of pain, a lot of badgering of the psyche is high blood pressure. Another thing, heart difficulties or irritable bowel syndrome, all of these things that come from stress. Stress is a killer, and making sure to take care of ourselves and take care of our stress should be mandatory. It's not something to be added on after the job, squeezed in when we have time. It's something that has to happen first. It's something that we can learn to do, something that we have to find a way to fit into our lives, something that should be tailored for each and every one of us because every person is different. So it is really necessary to find a way to get the knowledge and wisdom that comes with all of these teachings about stress reduction and growth and exercise. We can see them all on YouTube, as I said, or the television. But I think we need something a little more sometimes. We need to learn them from a person who has experienced the same things that we have experienced and who has used these techniques in order to relieve stress and tension and to survive and find joy in a world where many people are struggling, many people are depressed. And the truth is that we can find joy, we can find hope, we can find love, and we can find the power to create justice out of that love. When we point the arrow of love within ourselves and begin to love ourselves, something begins to shift and change. It is like a person I once took a class from who is referred to as Didgeridoo Man once said. He said that we are like a cup, and when we fill ourselves with love to overflowing, we can then begin to work with others and create a loving community. But he said if we do not have that love within ourselves, we will run empty, we will run dry, we will experience the things like high blood pressure or immune deficiency diseases. We'll switch into that fight or flight mode, fighting everything outside of us, clenching, holding on to every little bit of safety that we can by tightening and tensing until our body gets used to that tension and starts releasing the hormones and chemicals that support that tension. And then what finally happens is the body gives out because we are not meant to be in a fight or flight mode all of our lives. We are supposed to be in a healing rest mode some of the times. And so let us love ourselves. Let us move beyond fighting back and creating an identity not based on who and what we are, but based in opposition of what people say that we are. Let us begin to really see what is important, to know what is important, and to know that one of the most important things is to take care of ourselves, not by getting the latest fashions or the biggest car, no, but finding time to live now. Living now, not waiting until we get that raise or waiting until we get that job or waiting until we're settled down. We can't play it like Maslow says, where he talks about all of the things you need to have a spiritual life and a healthy life. He lays out food, clothing, and shelter. He has a whole pyramid of things you need before you can reach actuality or spirituality. But any poor person knows that it's the opposite. When you come to a place of rest and a place of safety and a place of love in yourself, all the other things can be gathered. And so, once again, we have learned to do things backwards in this society because the people teaching us had a lot of money and power. So, of course, they would think that you needed all of that before you could find inner peace. Most of them probably never had inner peace, because if you can't find inner peace when you're poor, it's not likely that you will when you have a lot of money. What am I saying? It's time to go deep within and find that beautiful golden flame that we all had burning brightly at one time in our lives, but lost somehow as we were attacked with some type of racism or classism or something, where we were put down and held down and then told that it was our fault. It never has been our fault. It never will be our fault. It's not even the fault of people who have fought and struggled as hard as they could and collapsed under the weight and given up. It is not their fault either. It is the fault of those people who make the rules, who refuse to bend the rules, who refuse to reach out and help their brothers and sisters rise above the challenges of this world and this system. Because we are our sisters and our brothers' keeper. We are a family. Any child who is hurt is not the neighbor's child or the child over in another country. They are our child. Because we are one. And remembering that is a major step also. Because when one comes to love oneself fully and completely, and one cup starts to run over, one begins to see the truth. We are one heart, one people, one love, and one world. So let's get back to reality. And then, no matter how things look frightening or scary or painful, we will be able to dip down into the world of love and the world of joy and see what a beautiful day it is as the sun kisses the earth, gently caresses our faces, and we hear the sound of love on the whispering winds. Thanks for being with us. We'll be posting again this coming Monday. Namaste, folks.